What is up, YouTube? This is your girl Killer Rose. Okay, so alright guys, I'm finally back. It's been a long week, but I thought it was gonna be a longer week, because I had family over and but I guess plans have changed significantly. I guess they had to head back early, so I'm able to just finally make some content. I was so busy, but I'm finally back. I'm finally here. And man, last video blew up. It definitely, I did not expect it to go as viral a little bit, but hey, welcome to my channel. I usually like to talk about this, and trust me, there's a whole lot more than just one particular um crime that that a lot of people are uncovering. It's not just actually having fake DUIs, but there's so many issues that it's not even funny, and they make their way of actually arresting people, innocent people that are driving and that are not under the influence. I mean, there's a huge problem with other issues like literal teachers. And I'm talking about teachers in Phoenix and every other like city. Seems like a lot of these people are either teachers going after actual young kids. And yes, it has just a whole sting. I mean, I swear to God that it's definitely gets crazier than that. And then all I see now is, I mean, at least local news, that there's a lot of people that are violent, that have committed like really violent acts against, you know, I guess, and I don't know, I'm not sure. I'll probably get into it, but I've heard one girl, I guess she was in a light rail. She got off. She got attacked by these hooligans, and I call them hooligans. I call them just just a bunch of like criminal thugs that went up to this young girl and start beating her, like on the spot. She didn't do anything wrong. She went out of the light rail and she was a target, and it was insane. But yes, you have not only child predators that are going and coming out. And I think it's so crazy how we have individuals like this roaming around doing like starting crimes and doing crimes, and yet people like this are not taken as serious than having our police going after people with no like there's like no substance abuse that's that they're taking. There's no pills that are affecting their driving. They haven't drink, you know, or drive, they haven't drink before, and then they end up getting drunk afterwards. You know, it is so easy to catch someone in a lie, because they'll be like, "Oh, I have a few beers," but or like a few, like, I don't know, like like shots or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, for at least for women, okay, you're have to take it like for me 2 or 3, okay, at least 2 you're fine. 3 and 4, you're basically you're buzzed. I mean, you're buzzed, and it really depends. But for women, for men, you can, I mean, for men, you could take it bigger drinks than an average woman could. you know Same thing with eating, but I mean, it's better for you just to have at least one or two. That's it. That's the limit. I mean, you have to be honest with the officers. Don't lie. It's never good to lie to anyone, but I mean, just be straight honest with them and say, you know what? Yes, I have been drinking. Um, I had two brewskis, okay, and let them know that I'm okay to drive. I'm not buzzed or anything. Now, if you're like, I say like about 3 or 4 because 3 or 4, you're buzzed, but you're almost like at that stage where you can be drunk and you can and it can actually affect your way of driving even if you're buzzed. It is crazy. So, and it's just a no-brainer, but and it's so clear as day too when they catch a whiff in your breath, you know, gum or other mints. It's not going to work out the way that you want it to work out. People try to have this, way of like trying to curve, their way out of a sticky situation, okay? And it's never good to lie and try to, fake your way out. I don't know. I feel like lying is worse. You better just be straight honest with them. And if any case, if they were to pull you over and actually they're telling you stuff like saying, "Oh, I mean, are you like for me, they could probably say you slurred your speech. Are you okay?" I'll be like, "Well, yes, I'm actually am okay. I'm okay to drive. I have a disability. I can't really talk that well, and so I have I have difficulty in speaking, but I mean I am okay." Um, and then they could say like, "Well, I can smell alcohol in your breath," and I'm like, is my breath smells that bad? I mean, I brush my teeth, but man, I need to go to a doctor if I have, an odor or a smell. Of course, joking like that is not the best situation, especially if you're dealing with a cop that's actually trying to have a reason to pull you over. So, this is me just rambling, guys. I'm not sure what I gotta say, but I just want to say that I do appreciate you guys, and I do appreciate you being patient with me, especially during these times, man. I'm just, so glad to be back. It's definitely one of those things where I had unexpected family coming over, so I'm like, holy moly, what am I gonna do for this whole week? And I'm totally back, and we're gonna take it by stride. So yeah, we're gonna talk about situations one at a time. Trust me, you guys have no idea how, like, there's so much news that it's kind of hard for me to keep up with because, you know, it slips and I'm like, no, I need to like really cover this. And then it's like me being employed is tough, okay? I have to like literally put on my strap boots, okay? Get some coffee and try to like see what I can, pull up. And yes, for the love of God, if you see this and if you go to the end, please, the description, I always leave it. And this is what I'm trying to make something new out of this. Is that I'm trying to, instead of me telling you and saying the things that I want to say regarding, put facts out first before I actually spill out my own opinions. I make sure that I want to give out the source. The source is so important for me. I mean, I always think about it. I'm like, well, yes, it's easier to say and share your feelings and thoughts about this. However, the most important thing is to give out sources on the things that you're trying to talk and actually spread awareness for. So it's like if I was in college right now, okay, you got to think about this. You got to think about what can you do better with what you got. If you have you have free time, what can you use that to in order to make your channel, or either your channel or your life. It's really, you gotta really think about it really, really hard. Is that, what can I do better than last year? What was the mistakes that I made the year before, and what can I do better? And I thought about it. I'm like, well, instead of me showing and sharing my opinions on things, because I always do it. I like to talk about it, and I'm a girl. I, over explain things, but what I don't do is that I don't edit these things. I don't. I mean, I feel like, you know, maybe down the road, sure, short clips, I guess, so that way you have a better understanding what I'm saying. But to put it bluntly, it's more like I would rather be real and 110% on what I think and how we can go from here. It's better to communicate with people even if they do disagree. And trust me, if you came here so far, you've seen it before, and it will happen again. Where I don't just attack one side. And what I mean by attacking, I mean like actually breaking down the things that I disagree on stuff. I make a statement on certain people that I disagree of. And yes, you have seen it. You have seen it where I not only disagree from the left, but I disagree from the right, right? So, it's so weird, but you don't want this. You do not want to be attacked by both sides. And it is so crazy how people can idealize people, okay? And basically, they are putting in like into a subcategory that they basically worship as a god, okay? It sounds so crazy, but when you actually put your opinions on any social media, let's say you do a video platform, okay? And let's say when I say video platform, I mean like when you physically make a content on YouTube, you put your opinions online, there's going to be someone that's going to be engaging in that said content. And they have both ways to go about it. They can agree with you, and they can disagree with you. And for that matter, I was like, I know one of these days someone is either A, going to cancel me, B, they're going to like what I had to say, or C, they're not gonna like it at all. And have I ever been canceled before? Absolutely not. I have not been once like been harassed just yet, but it happened. It happened. Quite a lot of videos I put out there, and so it's so weird. But yeah, I'm back. I know it's taking for me a long time for me to actually finish this, but I'm totally back. And what else? Oh, then I think I'm gonna make a new playlist. Um, it's gonna be interesting, but no word just yet. But I figured I might as well, guys. I might as well tell you guys now than later. But I'm thinking because on circumstances, I promised a family member that I gonna contribute more to my family, and by doing that, I feel like making videos would be very good. And what I'm trying to say is that I am gonna try and have my own cooking playlist, okay? It's gonna be weird, it's gonna be terrible. Um, but who knows? It's gonna be just another subcategory that I have. So if you like it, shoot, definitely take a look at that. It's gonna be on a playlist, and it's gonna be weird in video form, but trust me, the process is gonna be nice. And I don't know, we'll have to go somewhere from here, but it's definitely gonna be great. All right, guys. So yeah, that's all I want to say. I'll probably say something later after this video, but if not, then you'll definitely see me some other days. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Damn, so many things going on. So all right, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.